Is that the sound of happy England fans? What a difference 1 month can make. Impressive draws versus Germany and Brazil have now been followed up with a favourable World Cup group with Belgium, Panama and Tunisia. Whilst the Three Lions will start Group G as second favourites behind the Belgians, they have no reason to fear a well-known opponent. The likes of Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, Vincent Kompany, Romelu Lukaku, Thibaut Courtois, I can go on, have all made the Premier League their homes, and despite being prodigiously talented, they will be well scouted. Furthermore, Southgate's men have history on their side. It will mean absolutely nothing when they get together on a group finale match, but they've only lost once in 23 official matches and are unbeaten in the last 15 dating back to 1936. Like I said, it means absolutely nothing, but an omen is an omen and we will take it. Moving on to Tunisia, England's first opponents in Russia. According to one of the journalists on the BBC where the draw was televised, they are apparently the weakest African nation, and looking at their squad, it's easy to see why he said that. They've got no real star names, unlike say Nigeria, who are littered with them. Ayman Abdennour is probably their most high profile player. He's a decent defender, did well at Monaco when they reached the Champions League quarterfinals a few years ago, flopped at Valencia as a replacement for Otamendi, and now he's at Marseille. Aside from him, Wabir Khazri is probably the next high profile player, and that says it all. England last played Tunisia in World Cup 98 and won courtesy of an Alan Shearer header and a Paul Scholes wonder goal. Anything short of victory from the class of 2018, 20 years on, will be a massive disappointment. Last but certainly not least, Panama will be entering the World Cup for the first time ever. They've never played England before, are the first time England have been drawn with an opponent from Central America, and only have 3 players played in Europe. Nonetheless, despite the mystery factor, they shouldn't pose a threat. So assuming England finishes Group 2nd, they will play the winners of Group H, which actually is a pretty evenly looking draw. Yikes. For argument's sake, I'll go with Colombia as they went furthest in the last World Cup. Now whilst Colombia are difficult opponents, they aren't the force they were 4 years ago. James Rodriguez, Juan Cuadrado and David Ospina haven't kicked on the way we all thought they would. Carlos Bacca looks to be slowing down, and Jackson Martinez fell off the radar. Now granted, Radamel Falcao presumably will be available for selection this time and has revived his career, whilst Luis Muriel is in his prime. That fear factor just isn't present, and England have many such as Kane, Sterling, Stones, Walker and a few others hitting top form for their clubs, if not yet country. Moving on to the quarterfinals, and England will be probably dealt a knockout blow by the Germans. But to reach the last 8 after finishing last in the group stage in Brazil would be a massive improvement and would help us look towards a bright future. Already in the November friendlies versus Germany and Brazil, the likes of Jordan Pickford, Phil Jones, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Tammy Abraham and Joe Gomez all excelled despite being far from first choice. Now granted, it was just a friendly and England have a way of taking them ultra seriously, whilst other nations take it easy. Best example being Phil Jones needing 6 injections to play versus Brazil, only to last 20 minutes. At the time of recording, he's still injured, along with John Stones. Nonetheless, they all showed that they can be counted on, and it widens the talent pool, which was once seen as very average and even shallow. Factoring the successes of the under-17s, 19s and 20s, there's reason to be quietly optimistic. Once hopefully the young ones start filtering through in a few years' time, the likes of Sterling, Dele Alli, Stones and Pickford will be world class, at least hopefully, and at that point we can start looking towards potentially winning tournaments again. Of course, let's not make the same mistake the media did with the golden generation and count chickens before they hatch. But we can take the first step towards a positive future by expelling the negative vibes of the Roy Hodgson reign with a positive 2018 World Cup. Before I wrap up this video, let's look at the rest of the draw. Because I have to say, for the first time in a very long time, there's no group of death. Most of the groups have obvious conclusions except for 3. Group D, F and H. Starting with D, Argentina have been poor for several years now and only scrapped through to the tournament via a Lionel Messi hat-trick in the last qualifying match. One of their opponents is Nigeria, who recently beat them 4-2 in a friendly and have numerous experience playing against them. This is the 5th time they've been drawn together in a World Cup, and the Super Eagles can use that to their benefit. Besides that, the Super Eagles are a talented bunch, if not wholly inconsistent, which is the total opposite of Iceland, who except Gylfi Sigurdsson have no real stars but work diligently. Meanwhile, Croatia have arguably the best midfield in the world in Luka Modric, Ivan Rakitic, Marcelo Brozovic and Mateo Kovacic, whilst an attack of Mandzukic and Ivan Perisic is something to boast about, but their defence? It's weak if an official lands. Group F should see Germany progress as winners, but the runners-up slot should be hotly contested. Besides star attraction Emil Forsberg, Sweden are another side who collectively make themselves hard to beat. Mexico historically played great football, but are flattered to deceive, not making it past the last 16 since 1986. Now, I'm not too familiar with South Korea besides Tottenham's Son, but they usually give a decent representation of themselves. Meanwhile, Group H in my opinion is the hardest of all to call. Colombia, Poland and Senegal all have internationally known superstars, and whilst Japan don't, they tend to give a solid account of themselves. So what do you guys think about the World Cup draw? And as this video was focused on England, any thoughts on the future of the Three Lions? Let me know in the comment section what you think. That's all for today. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell so you get alerted the moment my next video is out. Comment with your thoughts, follow me on these social media platforms, and have a good evening or morning wherever you are in the world. I've been Scoop, and I'm scoping out.